Hello, hello, y'all. Welcome. Tonight we have an interview with SPFeelMe. We just had an interview yesterday with Kiara, and that is already posted to the YouTube. This interview will also be posted on YouTube afterwards. So if you guys miss anything at any point, you'll be able to watch it on YouTube. I think that's a good way to make sure people see what they want to see and get into what they want to get into without being here the whole time if life happens. You feel me? So I do want to say welcome. Let's get 10K taps and 100 shares. Let's get the room hot for our interview today. Mods, let's make sure we're on deck. We are on point. Let's have those like goals going, our heart me goals going, subscribing to the YouTube so people can remind themselves to go and watch it when it gets posted on YouTube, and to follow me as well. Okay? So thank you. Welcome in, everyone. Let's get the room hot. Let's get it hot. We need 10K taps and 100 shares. Let's throw those heart me's while we can before he gets up in here. Thank you, Ileana, for posting that, for pinning that. Thank you. Thank you for the roses. Chat, this interview may get real hot, so I need y'all to constantly be tapping the screen. I need y'all to send roses, heart me's, anything you can, when you can, if you can, okay? So we have our interview with SPFeelMe in 5 minutes. So I need y'all to keep tapping the screen. Let's hit 10K taps, 100 shares. I need everybody in the room. We have over 180 in the room. Everybody share the live. Go to the share button down at the bottom and share it. We should have 100 shares and 10K taps by the time he gets in here to start this interview, okay? Make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow, make sure you send your daily heart me, all that good stuff, all the good stuff. Let's go. How are y'all doing today? Welcome. What's a whelping? Screaming. Hey guys, hey. Welcome. Taps and shares, y'all. Taps and shares. Let's hit 10K taps, 100 shares. Let's go. Thank you, Ileana. Yes, make sure you follow and subscribe. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube yet, it is linked in my bio. When you click the link tree, you can see the bio. You can see the YouTube. I moved it up earlier and sooner in the list of stuff in there, so you should be able to see it from there. Ooh, hey. Also, I posted 3 new videos, so make sure you go interact. It should be a like, a comment, a save, and a repost. If y'all can go do that on my new videos, that would be very sweetsy, very cutesy. What am I being for Halloween? I think I'm going to be Princess Peach. We'll see, though. Let's go. Keep tapping the screen, share the live. Tap the screen, share the live. 100 shares, 10K taps. Oh, we already hit our top goal. I love to see it. Thank you. Thank you for the heart me. Y'all make sure you send your daily heart me. It's the orange heart next to my name right here. If you have not joined yet, you have to click it and join. If you have already joined, then you should be able to just click and drop your heart me. Thank you, Ari. Thank you. Thank you, Danny, for the heart me. We got about 3 more minutes until our interview, chat. 3 more minutes. Shout out to the mods. Y'all are doing what needs to be done. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's keep reminding about like goals, share goals, and subscribing to the YouTube. Thank you, Ileana. Thank you, Misty. Misty. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, y'all. This interview may get real hot, so I need y'all to tap the screen the whole time. Share the live if you haven't yet. Send gifts if you can, and let's keep the live up. Okay. Thank you, Celestial. Thank you. Okay, let's see. We are about 3 minutes away. Let me check my DM, see if he said anything about a delay or anything. Nope, he said, okay, cool, 9 minutes ago. So he should be on the way soon. Everyone tap and share. If you have not already followed me, make sure you follow. Thank you. Thank you, Toxic Babes. Appreciate you, love. Thank you. Let's keep it up. We're almost at 20K taps. Thank you guys so much. Let's hit 200 shares. Can everybody keep sharing the live? We have over 300 in the live, so everybody should have an opportunity to share the live for me, please. Yay. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, Toxic. Thank you, Angie. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Keep sharing the live. Keep tapping the screen. Shares and taps. Shares and taps. Keep the room hot. We got about 2 more minutes until he hops in and we will start the interview. The interview, let me make it very clear, is going to be about him and his platform, what he's trying to grow, what his goals are, what he wants to do, what has been difficult, what has been easy, what he wants to do for his community, things like that. Now, when we open up the comments for people to be able to ask questions, we don't know where it's going to go, but we do know it's going to be rowdy. So let's go ahead and make sure we are being respectful when we ask questions. Like, don't press too much, do what you need to do, but ask questions that are actually worth asking, please. But yeah, other than that, I think it should be good. Thank you guys for the taps. We are going crazy with the taps. We are going crazy with the shares. I love to see it. 50K taps, 200 shares. That's our next goal. Thank you. Thank you. Also, y'all, at the beginning of the interview, when I'm asking questions, we will be on sub only. We'll be on sub only. But if you guys would like to ask your questions, just wait until the chat is open and you can ask your own questions. Today we are interviewing SPFeelMe. SPFeelMe. He is a fellow Seattleite. He is also from Seattle. So I'm happy to have him. Girl, I'm happy to have him on my platform and, give a little shine to my people, the people who rock with me, the people who are from my city. So we will be interviewing him. Okay. Yes, the chat will only be on sub only, not the live. Only the chat will be on sub only. And that's just so I can focus on the questions that I need to ask. He can focus on the questions that he wants to answer during my part of the interview. And then once you guys get a chance to speak up and ask your questions, I'll unlock the chat and everybody will be able to type and everybody will be able to ask whatever they want to ask. Thank you guys for the taps. Thank you guys for the shares. Okay, it is 6 o'clock. So we're going to give a couple of minutes and wait for SP to get up in the room. I know for sure he's ready to get on these interviews. I know he's for sure ready to answer some questions. So we can do it. We can do it. Thank you guys for the gifts. It's going to be really important. Y'all keep tapping the screen, sending gifts, following, staying active in the chat while we are having this interview. Okay. We are waiting for SP. He's going to hop in the box on my live and he'll be here soon, hopefully. I'm so pumped for this. He's on the way. Oh, I think I just seen him pop in. Maybe. We'll see if he requests. Oh, there he go. Go ahead and request that for me, Mr. SP. We ready to get started. We got the room hot for you. We ready to go. We ready to hear from you and get into it. Okay. All right, here he go. Let me turn that. What up, SP?
What's good?
How you doing today?
Good. It's finally nice to meet you.
Good. Nice to meet you. I was telling them, I said, you know what? It's another Seattleite. It's another boy from my city. We got to make sure we put our city on always and forever.
Sure.
So thank you for, reaching out, contacting me contacting you, doing what we had to do to get here today. So let me explain how it's going to go, really.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask my own questions. I'm going to ask about your platform, what you're trying to do, what your goals are, where you started, where you want to go, your platform, your supporters, all of that. Now, after the point of me asking my questions, I'll open up the chat so that they can ask you questions as well. If there's any questions that you're like, I'm not trying to answer this, just let me know. We'll skip it and we'll move on to the next one.
We can answer whatever. But yeah, okay. That sounds great. That sounds amazing.
He said he ready for today. Let's do it. So at the beginning, when I'm asking my questions, the chat will be on sub only, and then I'll reopen it when it's time for everyone to ask their questions.
Okay.
Okay. So to get started, Mr. SP, let me go ahead and ask you, who are you? What do you do on TikTok? What are you best known for?
So my name is Sammy, but I go by SPFeelMe. I started in 2019, 2020. So a while ago, I started live streaming on here. And so I first started posting skits and pranks and let's see. It was when I first started, it was skits, and then instantly I started getting traction and I got to 1,000. So then I started doing pranks because I got more comfortable.
Right.
And then started going live, really, and that's how it started.
Okay,
I would say I'm most known for like just being kind and being welcoming and yeah.
okay, period. So let's take it back to like high school ages around then. What were your goals? Did you want to do social media? Is this something you have always wanted to look into? Or is this something that just kind of fell in your lap and you enjoyed it, so you ran with it? What was it like for you coming out of high school and what you wanted to do?
So when I first coming out of high school, I went to college and I was playing basketball. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you play too?
Yeah, I played in college too. Yep.
Where'd you play?
I played at Western, but my first 2 years I played in Louisiana at Northwestern.
Oh, right on. So yeah, so no, I was hooping, I was playing basketball. I didn't think to do any type of social media, and then I started getting into the wrong crowd, and then that's when my addiction started. So I really wasn't. I just randomly started doing videos, and then it really like helped with my sobriety. And so I started talking about addiction, stuff like that, and then it really just took off from there.
Wow. Okay. So when your first, kind of slip up kind of happened, when you notice like, ooh, this is not exactly what I want to get into. This is not exactly what I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
What was it like for you to realize that and then change your course of action and, your journey going forward?
So, I mean, as let's see. So when I first started, I started using. I can't say exactly on here, obviously, but I started using um, drugs, and I was causing a lot of trouble. And so I think once I started seeing like my family being really affected from it, I started posting on here. Right, I was getting that support, and I had that accountability, and I think that's really like when I turned the page.
Right.
Yeah,
And would you say that was difficult to first be vulnerable online about something you were struggling with that was affecting people you loved and yourself?
Yeah, at first, I think a lot of people they don't like to talk about feelings or depression. We was mentioning that today. It was like a lot of people they're not comfortable speaking about it, and so I wanted to be that person, and so from here forward, that's what I want to do too. I've been doing that, but I want to continue, being an advocate for mental health and depression.
Absolutely. And I've seen a bunch of videos of you supporting people in our community, going out and seeing who you can help, whether it's a homeless man, somebody who, is dealing with addiction, somebody who just needs a little support. You've done a lot of that. And how did you come to that decision of, I want to go help people outside? I'm trying to see who else is out there that needs some support. How did that happen for you to decide you wanted to do that?
I think from people helping me, really. I mean, like when I was going through all of that, I had a lot of support. Like I was saying, the accountability on here, I was getting a lot of support on here. And so, and even in my community, so it's like, okay, I want to give back, be able to help someone else.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I love that TikTok was a part of that journey for you. And when TikTok or, the internet in general gets onto, kind of more personal, deeper issues with people, there's always some hiccups, always some controversy. What was hard for you when you first started? You're being vulnerable, you're making videos, you're entertaining, but you're also going through a lot and getting that support. What was difficult during that time for you?
I'd probably say for me, it was, I'm a people pleaser, right? And so I feel like I always want everyone around me to be happy and to be okay. And I'm starting to learn as I get older, I just can't do that. I can't be nice to everybody. It's just not going to work like that. So I think that's my biggest struggle. Like and that's what it was back then too. Like I just really wanted everyone to be content, be happy. And it was kind of, that's hard. It's hard to do that.
Right. Absolutely. And that's the biggest thing that people don't understand. So it's good that you realize that for yourself and you were able to see that. Right. So going forth with your platform right now, your platform has a lot of different angles. You do a lot of stuff. You're an overall content creator. What do you think is your goal within the next 5 years with your platform, where you want to be, what you want to do? Where do you think you're going to be at in about 5 years with your platform?
So I would say doing this exactly, going out, helping the communities.
Hmm.
I would love to get to a point where I can travel to different communities in different areas of the world. I think a lot of people would want to do that as well and just help people,
Hmm.
film it, make content out of it.
Right.
Um, Also, I want to do acting.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go to acting. So I'm trying to find different ways and what works best for me.
Right.
And I think like you found this, right?
Right.
Interviewing and doing what you're doing. So it's like I'm trying to find an exact thing that I could stick to,
Right. Absolutely.
run with it.
And I see that you're also growing your YouTube. So longer form content is coming and, more in depth about yourself, what you want to do, things like that. So when it comes to your YouTube, do you think you're kind of in that same realm of figuring out what exactly your YouTube is going to be? Or do you kind of know that path already?
I mean, I kind of have an idea, but I mean, it's always changing too. You know, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do mukbangs, but then I'm like, damn, I'm gaining weight.
Oh,
So I'm like, I gotta chill on the food every day. But like, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly it is I want to do. So I just kind of do everything and see. And my audience too, they mostly like anything that I post.
right. Absolutely. And I feel like that's a big thing about your community. You watch for a couple minutes or, an hour or so, and your community is very, very locked in. Like they support you, whatever you want to do. They're just like you when it comes to what you've built and how you cultivated your community. So how have you done that? How have you been able to be on the same page with your supporters and they're on the same page with you?
I think, and thank you for saying that. It means a lot. Have you watched me before?
Yeah, I watched you within the last week. I
Yeah.
came into your live and just checked you out, see what's up. And I think that's a really beautiful piece of your community and your platform that you guys are really like this.
Thank you. That means a lot. I think it's I always go by there's a golden rule that if everybody followed, it would make the world a better place, and it's treating others the way you want to be treated. And so I try to treat everybody how I would want to be treated, and like the way I speak to people, right? If I speak to them, and I'm gonna give people game here, when the way I speak to people, right? If I make them feel welcome and like they're a part of me and what I'm doing, more than likely they might want to stay. So it's me speaking to them in a way that other people might not. See
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Absolutely. And that's what works. And I think if more people understood that, more people would grow overall and more people would actually see that reciprocated care and support because you gave it first. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. That's real cool. And so going forward, since you guys are so close, y'all are locked in, on the same page, what is something you would want to do to give back to your supporters? Maybe not now, but in the future, what would you want to do to give back to the people who have supported you, helped you grow, and been there during this journey for you?
Well, how would I like to give back to them? I think by like a lot of people when I don't go live, they'll reach out to me and say that's they miss me. So I think being consistent and also maybe doing like giveaways and continue including people in what we do. Like we'll do costume, we'll do for Halloween, we'll do like a party and we'll do like a costume. So like that, like have everyone dress up. Whoever gets the best costume wins, and we'll do like an anonymous vote, stuff like that. Just including them.
Yeah, that's real cool. I like that because that makes sure everybody's involved. It's something to enjoy together. It's not about anything else, but enjoying and having a good time. So with your community being so close, also there could be times where people kind of get past those boundaries, kind of get too close or do the most and things like that. Has there ever been a time that a supporter did, kind of pass that boundary for you that it was maybe uncomfortable or it felt weird?
Just like wait, I'm sorry. Can you say it again? So sorry.
Yeah. So, with a community that's so close, has there ever been a time that somebody kind of passed a boundary for you where they, maybe did too much in the DMs or were coming at you a certain way, felt entitled to your platform, things like that? Has that ever happened to you?
I don't think I've had somebody. I found a note on my car before.
Wow.
but nothing really. Yeah, but nothing really. I think they were from here, but uh, nothing too far. I would say the one thing I notice people do is they get really comfortable to me, like get comfortable, too comfortable, and then
Yeah.
that's when the disrespect starts. That's when, right? Like if I make somebody a mod, because I've had this in 4 years I've been on here. I've had this quite a bit. Like make somebody a mod, right? We get to talking more. We get to speaking a lot. They get too comfortable, and then they think that they can speak to me however
Right.
and control things. So, like I've had that happen quite a bit.
Right. That comes with it as well. But with that being said, how do you deal with those situations? How do you kind of make sure you still are being respectful to them as well? You're still, not going away from your character to deal with that. But how do you deal with that?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I'm sure you've dealt with it too. It's really hard. I mean, you just have to keep it moving. Just keep it pushing and remember, just try to be as respectful as possible. It's hard. It's a hard one.
Yes. And because you from Seattle, just like me, I got to ask you, has there been people in Seattle that you want to collab with or you want to do content with or areas you want to go to do content at? What are your goals with this city? Like, what do you want to do here? Because, there's other areas of TikTok that are real popping. It's a lot of creators. Seattle isn't too much on a bunch of Seattle creators. So how would you be effect to that? Maybe bringing the city more up and doing things in the city. What do you have ideas for that?
Just like just filming more down, in Seattle. So I'm an hour away. I'm in Olympia.
Right.
And so I think just being more present down there in the heart of Seattle, and then giving back, going around giving Narcan to homeless, giving back, making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, giving back to the people. But yeah, it's not really, there's not many out here. So it is a little harder, I would say, but it's that could be an excuse too. Like anywhere, you could pick up the phone, pick up the camera, it shouldn't matter. But there's a few people I've spoke to. One, his name is Sam LaChow. I don't know if you've heard of him.
I have heard his name before.
Yeah, he's a musician. Yeah, so I spoke with him. He wants to do something. And then there's Kid Steez. Have you heard of him?
Yep. I was supposed to do an in-person interview with him, but he's been, floating back and forth from Houston. So, yeah. But he's I would say he's like our most prominent at the moment, really? With YouTube and things like that.
Oh, wow. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's one of them. But yeah, I just think it's hard for me. I'm out here, and so I'm busy out here. It's hard for me to get out there.
Right.
So, but that's a great question. And I feel like, I don't know, I need to look into more of that.
Yeah. I've been thinking the same thing because, I'm only 20 minutes away from the city from downtown. Okay. So it's like, I know there's more I can do, but I'm always thinking, okay, what can it be though? Because I'm not trying to do the basic, outside interviews, street interviews. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to do something that's different and puts us on the map for real, because Kid Steez is doing it, but he's leaving, he's traveling back and forth. Mm-hmm. So I need somebody who's going to be the person that brings it up on a different level. And it has to be me. Then I got to do it. But, I love seeing other creators from my city also doing what they're supposed to do, what they want to do, and trying to boost themselves up. So that's why I was like, let me ask that question.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that's amazing. It's an amazing question. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So those are all my questions for you. So it's time to open up the comments. And again, if there's any questions that are too much, they're doing the most, just go ahead and let me know, Skip, and we'll move on to the next one for sure.
Okay. It's sub only?
Yes. I'm going to unsub it, so then it'll be everybody can comment.
All right. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Chat. So if you guys got a question for SP, for Sammy, go ahead and comment it down below. I will ask him the question. Please keep it respectful. Keep it cutesy. Okay. Because the mods are in the chat. But if you have a question that you need an answer for, let's go ahead and ask right now, and I will ask it for y'all. So go ahead. Okay. Juliet, with the first question, she said, what do you see in a female? So I think maybe, what do you look for in a female?
So question is asked a lot. I would say, so number one, I like being sweet, being nice, being loving, being sweet. And that in that last situationship, that was not the case. None of it was. That she's actually the opposite. And so, but I tried to see where it could go. Kind, sweet, calm. I like chill. Loyal, that someone who can communicate. I feel like that's also something that's really hard to do. So being able to communicate. And I don't really have a type as far as looks. I think that personality is pretty much everything. I think as you get older, personality is everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's part of growth and growing up is like, I'm not so focused on what you look like. Who are you is more important.
Yeah. Because looks can kind of fade a little bit, you know?
Absolutely. Okay. We have a question from Charisse, and she said, what is your biggest inspiration for life?
Biggest inspiration, man. I think my biggest inspiration is to take care of my mom, make sure she's okay. I just lost my dad 2 years ago, so being able to take care of her, make sure she's good, and grow on here, make sure I'm good, staying clean really comes first. Yeah, I think those right there are my biggest inspirations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's good. We have a question from Official Von J, and he said, she said, have you ever thought of starting a nonprofit foundation?
Yeah, I have thought about that. So,
That'd be good.
yeah, I definitely have. I think that would be huge. In Seattle, that would be really nice. I mean, that would be good.
Absolutely. I think we have a huge need for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And because they say Seattle is very rainy, and they say it's the #1 suicide. Did you hear that too?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So nonprofits and something around that would be really, really beneficial, I think.
Absolutely. For sure. That's a good answer. We have a question from Angie, and she said, if you could go back, would you have gave Ginger a chance? I think maybe in the first place, like talking to her or not.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So from the jump, my thing is when you are in a toxic relationship, right? It's not okay to bring all that into your new situationship. Like from the jump, I was getting questioned. I was getting, who's this, who's that, and I was getting to know the person. So looking back, no, because you're at an age where it's like, okay, it's time to grow up a little bit. It's time, and I'm not perfect. I'm not sitting here saying I'm perfect, but you're coming to an age where it's like, okay, you should know that right. That's not okay to do,
right?
Especially on a fresh situation. So I would not, absolutely not.
Okay. We have a question from Nessa Baby, and she said, how long have you been in recovery, if you don't mind her asking? She's also in recovery.
3 years.
Congratulations. That's good. That's good. Oh, I also saw this question earlier. I think it might have got muted. Maybe one of my moms thought I was disrespectful. Let me know if you want to skip. But somebody asked, did you actually relapse, or was that a lie?
That was a lie. Absolutely not.
That gives you the opportunity to clear that up.
No, I didn't even hear that. I think, actually, no, I did see that in the comments, probably like right when I started talking to Ginger. So, but no, absolutely not. I take UAs a lot. And that's the thing too. People love to twist, to lie. Look, I'm gonna show this example, okay? When I had a jail article that probably you guys did see, some of you. I don't know if you've seen it, Feenyx, right?
Yeah.
And when I first started talking, when me and Ginger first started having those issues that night at the restaurant, right? Immediately I had asked the question. That was the whole situation is I didn't know much about her. And so I said, okay, so what's my full name, right? and she gave me the name, right? And then instantly brought up the article. So instead of, right, that's what I'm saying. So instead of maybe bringing up something else, she brought up the article knowing that people are going to react and use it later on.
Mm-hmm.
That was fresh, like right after me and her were starting this whole situation.
Right.
Like brand new, right? So why would you do that? Like that just shows the type of person she is. Like literally she pulled the article all on the green screen. Yeah. And then
While you guys were speaking, like getting to know each other?
well, that night when we first started getting into it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like she could have used anything else. She didn't have to do that, and she knew people were gonna run with it.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, or that night, somebody was gonna,
Right. Absolutely. It's almost like loading up the ammo for later.
Exactly. And it's like, why would you do that? All I was doing was pointing out what she was doing and how she was treating me.
Right. Absolutely. That's a whole new thing. Let's see. We have a question from, what is this? Okay, from Hannah. She said, what pushes you to become a better you every day?
Well, I think situations like this, I think life every day, there's lessons, right? Every day you can learn from it, or you can, be really affected from it to where it's like making you like me, like I was sleeping till noon with the blinds closed all day. So it can either teach you a lesson or, right, you can learn from it. And so that's like a big thing for me, just everyday life situations with that last situation with her.
Mm-hmm.
Everyday life.
Absolutely.
Continuing to grow and learn.
Mm-hmm. We have a question from Lex, and she said, mods? Hold on, let me get them out of here. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Okay, we have a question. Ooh.
We really haven't even got messy, chat.
We have not. I'm kind of trying to stick with the questions about you first. I already know everybody's trying to get to that part, but let's speak about him first. Let's get to know him and, get in depth about that questions you have about him first. We can speak about that other situation in a little bit, chat. We have a question from Becca Too Thick, and she said, would you ever date another TikToker?
I don't know, man, because for a long time I was thinking like that's probably somebody who I should be with because they know kind of how it is. And that's honestly what kind of led me to try things with her. And so, because like this is my life, it's been since 2020 every day. So it's kind of like, I think I don't want to let one bad seed ruin it all for me, but I would definitely consider it for sure.
Okay. So it hasn't ruined everything for him, chat. Shoot your shot. We have a question from Yvette, and she said, what do you do on the days that you are feeling down?
So on the days I feel down, I like to do things that make me happy, like go live. If I have anxiety, I instantly will go live. I like to play basketball. I just do things that occupy my time.
Right.
And, music, do things that you like to do, painting, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Go out with friends, whatever. I like to distract my mind, but also understand that I need to also handle that, like, not just run away from my feelings and whatnot, go to a therapist, but also distract my mind,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I agree. And I think the biggest thing is to do things you enjoy. It'll give you that serotonin boost. It'll take some time off the overthinking, because that's a huge part that goes into your mood is, are you overthinking? Are you bashing yourself? Are you doing the most to just you? Or are you doing something to give yourself a peace of mind? So that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. We have a question from Vicky, and she asked, what pushes you to wake up every day and motivates you to move forward?
I would say the inspiration that we mentioned earlier, being able to, make my dad proud, and then also take care of my mom in the future to where she's good. And then just making myself proud. I have pride, and I don't want to be that person that is not. I don't want to be a loser. I want to be a winner, right? And so just being me, and continuing every day to just put one foot in front of the other.
Right.
Yeah.
And keep pushing. That's what we all got to do, for sure. We have a question from Lex again, and she said, if you could say one thing to your younger self, what would it be?
If I could say one thing, I would say no to Uggs. For sure. Say no, just like they tell us when we're kids. I would say I wish I would have started doing something with social media when I was younger. I wish I would have taken theater, like acting classes, stuff like that when I was younger. I think
Pursue that a little earlier, sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay, we have a question from Lexi 33, and she said, are you seeing someone new?
Mm. No, and that's the thing too. Like when after this situation, right? I'm trying to focus on myself. I'm trying to learn from it. I'm trying to take, and it was only a month, so it's not like it had a huge effect on me. But
wait, you said it was only a month?
It was like a month and a half, not even.
Oh.
Yeah. For sure, watching the playoffs.
That's news.
Yeah, so no, like, right, instead of jumping from person to person, like, girl's doing, like, she talking about, I gotta go on a date, gotta know my man this. She needs to worry about focus on herself and self-love. And that's what I'm doing. Like, instead of jumping from person to person, I'm gonna go to the mental health counselor. You see what I mean?
Absolutely. Make sure you're good for whoever the next person is, so you don't have to bring along anything else with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a question from Puppy Lover, and they said, what's next? What's your big next move?
I would say just my next big move. Let's see. I got some things planned. I probably shouldn't say because I don't want it to ruin.
Right.
But just continuing to do what I'm doing. I want to help on a bigger scale, like with the homeless and the people.
Right.
For sure.
Okay. So I'm seeing more questions about Ginger. Are you opening the doors to answer those questions? Or are you feeling like you want to leave that situation alone?
No, you can ask whatever. It's all good.
Okay.
Ask whatever you want to ask.
All right. We got a question from Truth About Ginger, and they asked, why do you think she acted so crazy and she never even met you?
That's a good question. I don't even know, honestly. I think, like that comment said, so I've always been a calm person, right? And from the get-go, I was always calm with her. She told me things. She told me she still danced. She told me things that I wasn't necessarily okay with. Now I did only farms before, and so that account is still up. I'm not perfect. I get it, but she told me things that I wasn't okay with, and I still ignored it, and I was still calm about it, and so I think things like that. I think I was calm with her from the jump, and wait, what was the question? I got distracted, y'all.
The question was, what made you feel, or why do you think she acted so crazy about you when you guys had never met yet?
Yeah. Being calm. I think I was just a very calm person. She's not used to that.
It was different, maybe.
Yeah. And so I think that's my opinion is she needs to focus on herself. And I'm not a counselor. I'm not perfect, but I feel like she needs to really focus on herself and get the help she needs before relationships. If she keeps going back to the thugs and the gangsters and all that, it's gonna end up just like, I hope not. I pray it won't, but it's gonna end up like that, like the past situation she had. So I don't know why she was so. I didn't even meet her, y'all. I didn't even give her no D, nothing. Imagine if I would have did that.
Terrible.
Terrible.
We got a question from Leah, and she said, "What made you interested in her in the first place?"
It's true, y'all. What do you mean, boy, bye? That's true. Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say, Feenyx?
Somebody asked, "What made you interested with her in the first place?"
I think from what we said earlier, the live streaming. Like, I always wanted to be with somebody who also understood this life, you know?
Yeah.
And she came to me, so it's like, I kind of...
You?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So what happened was, well, long story short, she started going there with me, and we were messaging back and forth. She was going there. She reached out to me, and then I gave her my phone number. So I guess kind of both, but
Right, that makes sense. We have a question from the trio, and they said, "Did you know or ask about her Instagram past?"
I didn't. So I knew there was a situation with somebody who's special, has special needs. I knew there was a situation that she was involved in. I thought that it was somebody else that was doing those things, and she was just there. And she had told me that basically it wasn't her that was doing that, and I didn't see any of it really. And then after I started seeing them, and I think it was absolutely crazy. I think it's wrong. I think if y'all defend that, I think y'all really need to take a long look in the mirror, because those things that you show to minors that's really not excusable, and I can't forgive that, you know? So there's just no going away around it. And so many people have literally came to me and said, "I agree with you." People that were on my ass before are now agreeing with me. And I just think that, yeah.
I mean, once more information comes forth, more people can make an educated decision and like actually have an opinion on what's going on. So I think ever since more people have been kind of talking about it, more people have pressed her about it, more people are hearing about it. Now it's like, damn, let me go look at the YouTube. Let me look it up. Let me go see what the videos are. And then you can make a decision for real. So
and it was like 4 years ago. I mean, at that age, you're obviously, like I keep saying, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, but you're 26 years old, bro.
Absolutely.
Of course I want 100K. What you mean?
Right. We have a question from Shay, and Shay asked, where did it go? Okay. Damn, the questions are going quick as hell. Where did it go?
Y'all got really good questions. I appreciate y'all.
So this question from Shay, she said, "What did she mean about them talking about a gender reveal?" And right above that, Danielle asked, "Why did she mention baby clothes in a video about you?"
So the gender reveal, we had watched, she showed me the twins. Who was it? Somebody did a gender reveal. Who was it?
Flying Kayla?
I think it was. Yeah, it was the twins, yeah. And so all I said was, this is how I would want mine. And I was like, you was just going back and forth. The problem is right, y'all, she's so small. Like, she is really, really small-minded, bro. She don't think outside the box. So when you say things and when you speak to her, it's like, oh no, this is this. That, like, it has different definitions. Like, she has different definitions for everything. Like, she don't know what's going on, to where it's like, right, I'll say something and she'll take it as something else. Like, she doesn't understand it. Like, she really doesn't. Like, her brain is not capable of processing adult things.
Right.
But wait, so yeah, it was my words getting twisted. And then what was the second part of that?
They were asking, why was she speaking about a gender reveal? And then why was she talking about baby clothes in a video about you?
Yeah, so we would just show each other things. Like anybody who may be talking, y'all show each other videos, right? Like, y'all show each other things. I wasn't implying that I want to have a baby with you. This is what we're going to do. Like, that was never, and I'll stand on that. I never once said all that. a lot of those people over there, y'all all, because y'all probably watching, y'all all twisting my words crazy. I'll say something. There was a situation where I said something, and she twisted it as 30-year-olds shouldn't have mental health issues. I never once said that at all. What I had said is when you, and I'll repeat it again. I've said this many times. When you're 30 and when you are a grown adult, if you make a mistake, it's not okay to sit here and just blame it on a mental illness. That's not how it works, right? Absolutely. Like I don't go and hit somebody and say, "Oh, I'm manic. I got a mental illness. It's okay." Right? That's what I was saying, and she took it as you're saying that adults shouldn't be able to have mental health issues. Like, that's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, her mental capacity is so small that she don't understand things, and that's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's what it is.
We have a question from Becca Too Thick, and she said, "Was it your idea to get the shirt with her face on it?"
Yeah, that was my idea. I did do that. Okay.
Oh, this is a burning question. He already explained it to me, but Virgo Queen is asking, why did you send that cartoon to Ginger about Feenyx?
So look, me and you already spoke about that, okay? Let me tell y'all, and this is on everything I love on God. She's smart when it comes to bullshit. I told Feenyx this as soon as it happened. What she did she did everything on FaceTime, right? She did everything. She got undressed on FaceTime. She did everything on FaceTime, right? So she told me that Feenyx looked like a character. And she said I couldn't figure out who it was. She said, look up this person. And I looked it up and I sent her the character. That was on FaceTime. She probably don't even remember half the things she says. So she really just baited me into saying some shit. And I told Feenyx too, at first, we had battled like last year.
Right, and I forgot about that, but you reminded me of.
Yeah, and I didn't like your energy. I thought you were stuck up. And I told Feenyx that what she's trying to do, she didn't want this to happen at all. So she was trying to do everything in her power so I wouldn't come on here. And I told Feenyx everything right when she, that's what I'm saying. She went and like she's saying everything and I stayed quiet up until now. I never once said any of that stuff or anything about her that she was dancing. She said she going to hookah with her friends. She's dancing. And I never once said that at all. So there's your tea. Yeah.
And this has been a rumor, accusation for a long time, but I mean, you spoke to her and it doesn't seem alleged anymore. Just saying, y'all. Let's see. We have a question from Amanda. She said, he always seems so soft-spoken and calm. What are triggers for him?
I would say exactly what my trigger is I don't like when people twist my words, right? Twist what I believe in, twist what I'm saying. Everything was being twisted. I keep using these examples, but bro, they were saying that I said she deserved to get hit and she deserved domestic violence. I never once said that. And I said, okay, then I said, I'll give $100 to anybody who can show that clip. Show it, show the messages. And I'm not talking to make up fake messages. I'm talking about real proof. Nobody came with it. Nobody, still to this day. So things like that really bother me. And I've always, since I started on here, I'm always talking about women empowerment, female. I respect women so much, bro, that I don't go back and forth with women. I don't speak about women. But this one situation, I had to go in because she's acting like a dude, bro. Like, I can't respect that at all. And so I think, what was the question?
The question, shoot, I think I already.
Oh, my triggers.
Oh, the triggers, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my triggers when people are twisting shit, lying. And you know how it is. Like, they literally are just making up shit at this point.
Absolutely.
And I seen what
happened directly to me with that same person. She dead ass did the same thing to me in January. So I know for sure.
right. Oh, she did that to you.
Absolutely. Because when the whole situation came out about Instagram, that literally wasn't even supposed to happen. Like my friend was looking me up on Reddit. And because me and her had been going live so often for November, December, January, my name was tied with her. So she started looking at pages that were talking about her. And so all this came out and I was live and she was basically like nervous, like, bro, do you see who you're getting involved with? And so she came and told me on live because I was battling. So I ended my live because her comments seemed kind of just like scared a little bit. So she came up and she's like, yo, have you seen these things? Like there's videos of this. And she started describing a little bit. I was like, hold on, let's have her come in and speak for herself. And she had been staying up with us super late for months prior. So I'm assuming she's still awake. So we're waiting for her to come in, and she never did. In the morning, everybody's telling her that, oh, your friend Feenyx is bashing you. She's putting all these rumors out, blah, blah, blah. I said, I will send you the live myself. No cuts, no edits. I sent it to her. She was like, within the first minute, you did this, you did that. She said she put a hit out on me. She doxed my parents' address. She said she would get my parents' touch, my siblings' touch. She said she was going to come out and beat my ass, all these things. And so I said, oh, this girl's crazy. I'm not going to put my family in danger because of somebody's psycho over the internet. So I stopped speaking about it. But there was multiple other groups of TikTok that kept speaking about it, raised money for the victims, had panels every day. We're trying to cancel her. We're all types of stuff. It was never me. But she blames that entire situation on me directly because I have the numbers. I have the followers. So she would rather me go down for something I never did because she feels hurt that my community was the one that talked about it, but it wasn't. So you spend a whole story on my name to where you can come on live a month ago and talk about if she offs herself, it's my fault because I made her feel like she wanted to off herself in January. It was never me.
That's another thing. Yeah.
The person that she speaks to this day, Loca, hangs out with her at her house and all these different things. She was one of the main people running those panels about her for weeks, months. Never was me. But she has the animosity towards me.
Right.
So it's crazy.
That's wild.
Absolutely.
That girl was with her that night. So we was on FaceTime. We was on FaceTime. And she never went to Dez's house. She never went to when, she was never there.
I knew it.
When, I thought y'all knew that.
Yep.
When she went with Loca was there, her friend. She never went. She was on FaceTime with me the whole entire time. And she was supposed to be fighting Dez or something. She calls the cops every time. She called the cops a couple weeks ago when she went there. Her son's in danger. She called the police, which I'm not going to go into that because, there's kids there and stuff. But right, she's doing all this stuff and she's completely lying about it. And she takes no accountability. Everybody else is wrong.
I just find it funny that night when she was acting like she was going to Des, and you just confirmed she was on FaceTime with you. She never left. She was like, I'm going to be skipping down your city with my man. Da, da, da. I was ready. This is my city. I don't know what you thought you was finna do, and I don't know who the fuck you was finna step to. I was finna go outside, and I was finna find her. It wasn't going to have to be, I have to drop no location. Where you at? Like, real shit. So it's like, I thought that was so funny, but it's like, you can never trust what's coming out of this girl's mouth because literally, like you just said, she was sitting in the house acting as if she went out and she did this. And she had a whole spectacle for views. And that's what I wish people would understand. That's who she is.
But she does everything for views. That's why she's getting involved with, I was talking to somebody today. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm so sorry. She's getting involved with Stella and the other dude. And of course she's getting it. Like y'all say that I'm doing things for views or Feenyx might be doing, bro, she's doing the same exact shit. So let's keep it a buck here. Like, and her mods, her people, all them, they don't hold her to no accountability. She's sitting here exposing Feenyx's address. She's sitting here doing all the shit she was doing to me, and nobody's telling her like, hey, this isn't right. They just are going along with it.
And when we were friends, she knew that my parents live at that address. My minor siblings live at that address. I have elderly living at that address. She knows it's a government facility because my parents have a business, and she didn't care. She blasted it multiple times in multiple chats and multiple lives. She put out my diploma. She put out my LinkedIn. She put out my basketball pictures when I was in college, like crazy shit, because she felt like I was the one who brought that shit to TikTok. But the person who literally came and spoke to me and told me about it, my best friend, Vicky, never has no energy for her. Never has nothing to say to her, but she keeps talking to me.
I wonder why that is.
I wonder too. I find it very funny, but I mean, it is what it is. And I'm glad that you have the, you know, because people keep seeing, I keep seeing the same thing. I don't want my man to talk like this. I don't want my man to come back at me like this when we break up. What do you expect him to do? Let his character continue to be bashed and trashed and lied on? Yeah. I think he has every right to speak up for himself. And when he reached out and asked, hey, do you want to do an interview? I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, whatever was said about me at that time, I already know the type of girl she was because I was friends with her. I saw how she moved. So I know she's very manipulative and she spins a story for whatever she wants to whoever she's speaking to. So I never believed this man would have smoke with me for no reason.
No, not at all. She's, bro, it's, yeah. So she literally, I don't even know, bro. There's so much I can talk about, y'all. There's so much, literally, and you could too. Like, she expects, and even people on here, y'all expect me to just allow this person, right, to just drag me and try to like really just ruin my name. It's not happening. And I just sit back and be quiet. It's not happening.
Right. Absolutely. You know?
She told me that she was going to, so she told me a few things. Like, she told me that she was going to go reach out to somebody to try to get you off the internet. Like, they're going to believe me because she has the bigger platform. She's got 200, however many you have. And she was trying to, I forget who it was. It might have been the law enforcement. She's like, I like to play chess, not checkers, her little saying she does. So later, she's trying to come back to get Feenyx completely off. That's what she told me, on God. And she said, I'm collecting all this stuff, her pictures. That's what she was telling me. She had all your information, everything.
What's funny is everything I'm saying and doing has no indication of me being the villain to her, like at all. No. I even have a video posted like a couple weeks ago where one of the people who was like the main runner of all of the conversations about her at that time was like, it's not Feenyx. You need to leave her alone. If you keep coming at Feenyx, I'm going to post every single video from those Instagram days. And she doesn't seem to take that seriously, because this girl has every single video that she thinks was deleted, that she thinks that was gone. This person deleted or downloaded every single video, hours and hours and hours of footage, and she's on every single one. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you keep playing with me, but I'm not the villain. The villain is waiting for you to keep playing so they can do what they need to do. Dead ass.
Right.
And I haven't done nothing. I have not sat here and did anything to defame her. Everything I've said has been facts with proof behind it. So for her to try to get me off the internet because I have more followers, just say you're jealous. Just say you can't do what I do. Yeah. Just say you're upset because I've been able to grow because of who I am.
That's not possible. It's not going to work, obviously.
Obviously. I mean, you've been trying since January. So now what?
Right. But she should know, bro. That's how that, like, she wants to play these games, then other people are going to play these games too. Like, when you put yourself in the public eye, you're going to have people that are going to use all your fuck ups as learning for other people as their content. And this is what it is. Look at Wendy Williams, right? Like, people like that. And it's great content. Being able to show the truth and how these people are.
Yep.
Viewers.
Wendy Williams, Adam 22, Jason Lee, Tyra Banks, Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres. Like, it's people that do this for real. And what I'm doing, it might be on TikTok on a lower level, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, it's nobody else that does it with the platform that they do. Period.
Yeah, you're fire. I feel that.
I do what I'm supposed to do and I stand on what I say. I will never go back on what I say unless there's new information presented to me and I change my mind. But other than that, when I say what I said, I stand on it. It is what it is.
Yeah. See, I didn't do my research either. When I had said I didn't like you, it was because from that one interaction, and I was really just trying to stand with her.
Right.
We had spoke about it. Mm-hmm. But after I did my research, I seen, and everything I seen, it all added up, 100%. And so, the shit you do is amazing. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Now that I'm on this side of it,
I think having your own experience also, can help you make that decision. It's like, damn, I dealt with this, so how can I believe any other stories? Honestly. Absolutely. So, okay, is there any other questions you guys have for Feenyx? Let's get into it. If there's anything you guys missed or anything you guys want an answer on that we haven't asked yet, again, this will be downloaded, no cuts, no edits, and posted on YouTube for anybody who missed the beginning. Is there anything else y'all want to ask? Okay, we have a question from Nessa, and she said, what made you finally surrender and get in recovery long term?
I think it was me just being tired of that, like tired of that life. I did it. It was probably for a decade. And so a lot of people go a lot longer. And so it's like, I found it, I came to my senses quick, and I got really tired of that life. I had TikTok TikTok was a huge reason why I got clean and sober. And I started doing the right things, 100%. Like, the accountability, people saying, oh, I can't wait till you go live. So it was like my thing was, okay, make it to the day. And I would even tell my chat that in the previous years was, okay, make it through the day, and then we get back here. And this is like our safe spot. So every day I would just really try to get to the live. If I was out and about, I would not be here. This was not what I would be doing. And so I think it was just my sober life and my family. My dad got sick. That was a reason too. All of this was so much better than the life on that side. And so I think that's what it was for sure.
Proud of you. I'm sure everybody who's watched you is proud of you, because that's hard and you've done it. So, and you're still doing it, and you're going to continue. And now you're helping other people that might be going through it. So, always feel that sense of, I'm doing it. And I'm sticking to it, because you should. I know it's hard. There might be days that you're like, damn, I'm really doing this. Just know, like, you are doing something amazing that is hard for a lot of people, and some people don't make it. And you have, and you're still making it. And you're going to support and help other people to continue making it. So just always keep that in mind, even on those hard days, for sure.
Thank you.
We got a question. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. There's I see a question I was saying, like, okay, about her making me. Look, I'm going to tell y'all, bro, since 2020, I've had an amazing amount of support. I've had so much love. People say that, they're inspiring, all this other stuff, right? Millions, if we want to go there, millions of diamonds, right? Most importantly, love. And so I've had all this over the years. I don't need all this. I don't need it. I never wanted to be involved with none of it. The only reason I'm even here right now is because y'all and the people wanted me to be on here. Y'all were telling me to be on here. So I said, it's up to y'all. If you guys don't want me to do it, I won't. And so I've had support. Really, I don't care about the viewers. All that, half of her viewers are just waiting for her to crash out. That's not support. Like, there's a difference between viewers and support. And to be honest with you, if we want to go there in simple terms so y'all can understand, I was making more without dealing with her and with all this. Way more. As soon as she came into my life, this shit dropped a lot. So I was cool with me, my 30, 40, 50, 100, whoever was in my life. That's all I cared about. That's all I focused on. No, I'm not getting offensive. I'm just letting it know what it is.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I experienced a similar thing, because when I was on my grind with my interviews and I was doing great, and then I would do panels afterwards, my views would drop. Like, my panels were like so toxic. They were just so aggressive. She would go at my comments. Like, it was a lot going on. And I sometimes would be like, damn, like, she need to get off, because it's too much going on and my people are not enjoying it right now. So right. I understand where you're coming from. That's not defensive. That's not disrespectful. That's just facts. How you feel. Period.
Right. And anytime a man, right, likes to stand up for himself, speak how he feels, then he's sassy, then he's emotional. It's a bad, I think it needs to be changed. I think people shouldn't view it like that. right?
Yep.
She's calling me sassy. She's this and that. That's what she was calling me. But really, you know, she needs to worry about herself. Drake and focus on herself. Did you know that? Did you hear about that?
He said, Drake. I'm screaming.
Drake.
Yeah, it's the stories are insane.
Is she watching? Hey, Jens.
We have a question from Bert, and he said, give us a little more tea to end the interview with.
I was trying to think, y'all. I was really I think, man, look, I only was with her for.
You kind of already did it. You know, you told us she's still dancing. You told us, you know, she was the one that's trying to get me off the internet. Like, you said a lot of,
Feenyx is on it. You on it, man.
I think we got tea already.
Nah, I know she calls the cops all the time. She's dancing. She told me that I mean, we can just be straightforward. She told me that Z&B Candies bought Memphis's all his name, his logo, all his LLC, everything like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She wasn't supposed to tell me. She I promise y'all, look, there's more, I'm sure, but I don't know. I only was there for like a month and a half.
Right.
But I mean, look, all I know is the insecurities are real. Like, she really is questioning everything I'm doing, and I just got sick of it.
Absolutely.
Really, it's annoying. It's really annoying.
You guys, I'm not going to ask any questions about her baby. We do not speak about children here, and I think that's just off limits. So I'm not going to ask those questions. I do want to ask my last question. When it comes to what you have on the way or something you just want to clear up and tell your side of the story, what would those two be?
So either something I might have on the way or what I want to clear up.
Or both. Up to you.
I think everybody pretty knows pretty much where I stand. I think I was very clear. I feel like I'll say this. I believe, look, whatever you see on the internet, please do not believe it unless you get the full facts of it. Like, if you hear something about somebody, right, don't just go run with it and start telling other people or even believing it. Make sure you get the full facts, because everybody on here likes to lie. I seen one yesterday with Kiara.
Yep.
You mentioned the same exact thing, and that's real. It really is a thing that people are gonna unfollow you because of shit they hear. So please, bro, with creators, just really dig deep. Even if you have to ask them yourself, they would love to clear it up, to talk about it. Don't believe everything you hear, and just, I would say that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good thing, because I think that if everybody focused on that, there wouldn't be so much confusion and hate and bullshit. It's like, if you really do hate somebody or dislike somebody after really doing your own due diligence, okay. But if you don't, and you just listen to the T pages or a few comments or somebody's bad experience with them, that shit's not fair, honestly. So
all I've ever been was respectful to people and nice and spread love and spread positivity, and that this is what I stand for. My whole content is like that. And so
facts. Well, I do want to say thank you so much, Sammy, for this interview. I do also want to say this man is almost to 100K. It's 600 people in the room, so y'all should follow him. See if we can help him get to 100K. I believe that people who actually grind for their platform deserve their platform. So if y'all are here and you appreciate the answers and the vibe that he's giving y'all, please follow him and just show that extra support when he goes live. And throw them bows in them comments if people is getting crazy, so he doesn't have to address it as much, and let him do his thing. Yeah. So I appreciate you so much, Sammy. Thank you for the answers. Thank you for the vulnerability, doing what you can to just let people get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah. And I want to say one last thing. It's harder, like you just said, it's harder to do content and to really, really put out content like you're doing, like I'm doing. It's harder to do that. It's really easy to sit here and go from box to box or from creator to creator and stir up shit and be a crash out and be manic. It's a lot easier to do that. And so that's what a lot of these people are doing for views. I like to call them debt creators, not content creators, debt creators. And so it's a lot harder to really put content out and be a difference.
Absolutely. I
Thank you, though.
definitely. Absolutely. Is there anything else you want to say to finish off this interview, or just say your last words on anything like that?
Drake. No.
Oscar.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. I'm in competition chat with Drake. I was. No. That's it. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all follow. And trying to get to 100K. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. I will download and post this onto YouTube. So if you guys missed the beginning, any pieces or whatever, just go ahead and wait for that, and I'll post it up probably tonight. Also, I'll get it up as soon as possible, and y'all can watch and see anything you missed. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good rest of your night.
All right. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'll be back. We'll battle or something sometime.
All right, bet. 206. We repping.
Guys. I appreciate you.
All right, I'll see you.
Chat, love y'all.
Yay, chat. We did it. How are we feeling about Sammy's interview, chat? I feel like that went well. We answered questions that needed to be answered. He's very, open to answering whatever needed to be answered. And we got done what needed to got done. For real? How y'all feel? Love him. He's so humble. Good interview. Awesome. That was a good interview. That was a great interview. He's very nice. Well done. That was awesome. Thank you, chat. Period. One of my faves. Was he the first fellow Washingtonian you interviewed? Yes, he was. He is. Thank you, Jenna. Another W. I made sure I was here. Of course, I mean, y'all were able to, push and ask, hey, will you go interview? Hey, will you ask him questions? I was kind of like, I don't want to get into that. I knew it was going to be, oh, it's for clout. Oh, it's for drama. But at the end of the day, when he reached out to me and he explained situations and he was like, this is what happened. This is how it came about. I was like, you know what? I appreciate him. I'm going to give him that chance to go ahead and speak for what he needs to speak. Thank you, Mava. Shout out to everybody who threw gifts, everybody who tapped the screen, everybody who followed me, followed him. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to hop off so I can save this live and download it without any extras at the end. And then I'll get back on so we can do a panel and chat if you guys want to yap in like 5 minutes or so. Sound good? I'm about to hop off for a second so I can download this live and start getting it put up. Okay. I'll be right back. Love y'all so much. Mwah, bye.